All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole elect of Israel. And the title of this lesson is going to be after a precept, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 22. And it goes, "For as in Adam all die, even so in MASHAYACH shall all be made alive." And basically this lesson is going to go into speaking about YAHAWASHI. Through the Spirit, man. If you have ears to hear, you understand that Adam is YAHAWASHI. Well, because the Heavenly Father has written a beautiful story, and if you don't understand reincarnation, it's going to be hard for you to understand the scriptures. All right, the scriptures and really the story that the Heavenly Father has written, because reincarnation is a big part of the story. All right, Adam, being the first, and YAHAWASHI being the last. All right, and there are precepts, to prove that Adam is YAHAWASHI, just as he is King Solomon, Melchizedek. He was also Isaac. Okay, forgive me if I'm forgetting any other reincarnations, but it doesn't straight up tell you in the scriptures that this is true. All right, because this is a mystery. All right, but the scriptures say, in Amos, that the Most High doeth nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. And this is a heavy secret. Adam being YAHAWASHI, okay, being the anointed. All right, that spirit. All right, and it's not about the flesh as much as it is about the spirit. Okay, because Adam and YAHAWASHI, all right, they are the same soul. Okay, but just to get started here in this lesson, it basically putting it together as to start this thing off is, the first part of that precept, for as in Adam all die, all right, which is why death is in the world. All right, in the world, speaking about the world of Israel. All right, ever since Adam has transgressed, that great fall has begun. And we know scriptures say, it wasn't Adam that was in transgression, but Eve. Salakia, as scriptures say, it's 1 Timothy's the 2nd chapter. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. But the man being the head of the household took the fall. All right, because it was Adam's fault. All right, and since sin has entered into the world, okay, because how Slakia how it goes, sin. No, the reason why we die is because of sin. I can't exactly verbatim remember the precept, but it'll come to me. But death is in the world because of sin. All right, because sin has entered into the world of Israel. All right, and ever since then, all right, we've been battling against this thing of death. Okay, which is sin. All right, we can't help it that we sin. All right, and because we sin is why we die. All right, the reason why we're not immortal is because we sin. All right, and it all started, all right, when Adam transgressed. Okay, so to get this started, this is I'm gonna start in 2nd Esdras chapter 7, start at verse 10. "And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world." Exactly. All right. It says, but and that's why Esdras complained, if the world be made for our sakes, basically, why do we not rule? Why do we not inherit? And it's because we transgress, right? But continuing, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. Ever since Adam has transgressed, we have fall victim to all these things. All right, that death brings forth. All right, sorrows, travails, our days being short and full of evil and full of perils and very painful. All right. And it's because we transgress at the beginning. We with Adam, he transgressed against the Most High. All right, and because of that, we all fell. All right, and that's gonna. I'm gonna move on down. I'm still in 2 Esdras, the 7th chapter, but I'm gonna move on down to the 41st verse. The point is the 48th verse. But, I'm going to start here at 2 Esdras chapter 7, verse 41. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also? He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. This world is this present life is, much glory doesn't abide because, there's a point in time where we're going to fall. We're going to fall short. Okay. And again, that beginning of that fall started with Adam, and what more now in this time. And that's why the scriptures say our righteousness is filthy rags. But nonetheless, as righteous as our forefathers were, they all fell short because of sin. Okay, they couldn't be perfect, and again, that only it's going into Adam, and we're basically just saying YAHAWASHI. That's why YAHAWASHI had to come. All right, he had to redeem us back unto Heavenly Father, and give us the victory over death. Which I'm gonna get that also. But there's not much glory here because and if it's so, it's very short lived. All right, again, because we will always fall short. We were made subject to vanity. We were created to fall. Okay, and that's why we're going to be changed. But nonetheless, continuing, this is verse 43, 2 Esdras chapter 7, verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. All right, and that day of doom is talking about these last days. All right, these last days is when YAHAWASHI is going to return, okay, and officially make done with it what is promised unto us, which is the kingdom of heaven. All right, and us being perfect as YAHAWASHI came perfect. All right, but us being in our glory. All right, but again, us being changed. All right, but that's why the day of doom has to come. That's why scriptures say we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. This day of doom is a thing that must come to pass, okay, in order for us to be changed, okay? And basically, it's going to be official when Adam, which is YAHAWASHI, is going to rewrite his wrong. All right, and again, and that's why it makes so much sense that Adam was YAHAWASHI, because, because of Adam, I'm getting ahead of myself, but he basically, YAHAWASHI had to correct his wrong. All right, because of what he did in the beginning is why we are in this state we are today. Okay, so it only makes sense that he would fix what he has done, because that's what a man does. Okay, but I read it again. 2 Esdras chapter 7, verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, of us being subject to vanity, all right, and the beginning of immortality for to come, all right, us being perfect and in the kingdom of heaven, wherein corruption is past. Exactly. Intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off, which is basically adultery, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory. All right, basically everything's going to be back in its proper order. All right, back to the beginning where it was supposed to, as far as, Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, what the Most High first intended you to be, all right, which is perfectly in order, in balance. All right, just as the Most High intended you to be made. All right, being perfect examples and reflections of the Heavenly Father, all right, through his son YAHAWASHI. All right, but continues this verse 46. And I answered then and said, this is my first and last saying. All right, that's spiritual. All right, but continuing, that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else when it was given him to have restrained him from sinning. All right, so saying, it would have been better if the earth wasn't given to Adam, like it just said, or just at least stopped him from sinning. All right, because of what happened, in the garden. All right, the beginning of our fall is why we are in the state we are in today. So if that didn't happen, then we would be perfect. All right, but again, this is all according to the will of the Heavenly Father. This is his story. All right, and that's a beautiful story. Okay, but Ezra, he was upset because we didn't fully at that time have that understanding of what was really going on. We saw, Ezra, he saw, all right, and all the like mind as Ezra, which would be the elect. All right, we seen all these things going on, but we didn't have the comforter. We didn't have YAHAWASHI. That's why Ezra said, woe was me, woe was me. All right, who shall deliver me in those days? All right, we didn't have the comforter. We didn't have YAHAWASHI yet, because the story wasn't done yet. Okay, but nonetheless, continuing second Ezra chapter 7 verse 47. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment? Saying what's the point? That's why King Solomon's talked about vanity. All right. All the things you do under the sun is not profitable unto you. All right, because you're gonna go on to the grave regardless. All right, you're gonna die. Okay, and that's the sentence over all of us is death. All right, at some point in time, we're all going to die. All right, so that's something we all have to look forward to. All right, is death. All right, and that's a punishment. All right, death is a curse. Okay, men wasn't created to die. All right, we were supposed to be immortal from the beginning. All right, but again, because sin entered into the world of Israel, all right, is why we die. All right, because of sin. Oh, and now remember, the wages of sin is death. Okay, the wages of sin is death. All right, so since sin has entered in, is why we all die. All right, and this is going to say right here, second Ezra chapter 7 verse 48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. All right, so we're all sons of Adam. Okay, all that goes into our genealogy. All right, all comes from Adam. All come from Adam. All right, and then the Most High divided the sons of Adam, but nonetheless, we all come from Adam. All right, and it's not when Adam transgressed, it wasn't just him that sinned. All right, because he isn't the only one that's fallen alone. All right, going to that great the fall. All right, the fall of our nation. All right, we are the fallen ones. All right, because we fell from our great estate. All right, and everyone that has come after Adam, they have fell also. Okay, and again, this is where YAHAWASHI comes in to fix all this. All right, the Most High, obviously, ultimately, the Most High sent His only begotten to fix all this. All right, but continuing, this is 2 Ezra 7 verse 49. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us in our mortal time, where we have done the works that bring death? All right, saying, we've been promised these wonderful, beautiful things, being the kingdom of heaven. But, what is it? What profit is it unto us if we just always sin? All right, and that's because we are, we die because we always sin. All right, everything we do, at some point in time, we're gonna die because we sin. So our works, it doesn't profit us. Okay, and again, this is where YAHAWASHI comes in. All right, this is second Esdras chapter 7 verse 50, and that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain. Okay, we're supposed to hope in the things that were promised, but we are wicked. All right, we're vain. Again, we're subject to vanity. All right, we're all going to fall at some point in time. All right, our righteousness is filthy rags. Okay, this is 51. And that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly. Exactly. All right, this is Esdras, all right, speaking in sincerity. At this time, again, we didn't have the Comforter. All right, so this is how we were all feeling. All right, and this is how we're all feeling also before we came into this truth. Okay, again, I'll speak for myself. All right, you look around and the world's evil. All right, you say, damn, what's the point of working so hard if at some point in time you're just gonna die? And what's the point of trying to do so good if you're always punished? All right, and nothing you do under the sun is even worth it. Okay, because your time here on earth is very short. All right, and the time here on earth is full of wickedness. Okay, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, so the righteous have no place in this world. That's why the scriptures say we're not of this world. We're in this world, but we're not of this world. All right, but nonetheless, continuing in 2 Esdras chapter 7 verse 52, and that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a weary life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. All right, the Most High defends the righteous, but we do things that are wicked. All right, meaning we transgress. All right, and transgression of the law is wicked. Okay, because that's rebellion. All right, rebellion is a sin of witchcraft. All right, and we can't help it. We can't help it. At some point in time, we're gonna fall short. All right. But this is verse 53, and that there should be shewed a paradise whose fruit endureth forever, wherein is security and medicine, since we shall not enter into it. Okay, all right, how are we supposed to enter into paradise? And enter into the rest of Most High. Where security and medicine in life, but it's promised onto them. The promise onto the righteous, but we fall, all right, because we sin. All right, so how are we going to enter into the kingdom of heaven as we are? Okay, it's not possible. All right, and again, that's where that mystery comes in, because we know flesh and blood shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. All right, and that's why, again, this is where YAHAWASHI comes in and changes us. All right, this is 2 Esdras chapter 7 verse 54, continuing. For we have walked in unpleasant places, and that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness. All right, and again, this is Esdras without the Comforter. All right, because wisdom causes a man's face to shine. All right, and now at this time we have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, which is the stability of our time and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. All right. Now, again, this is a beautiful story that the Most High has written. All right. And it all revolves around YAHAWASHI. All right. But continuing, for while we have lived and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Again, we fall because of sin. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. All right, we're fighting against the wages of sin. All right, keeping and trying to the best of our ability not to fall. All right, and basically sin. All right, because again, the wages of sin is death. But We can't do it on our own. All right. That's, again, this is where Yahawashi comes in. All right. So, so again, just got into the point of Adam, all right, and our fall and what has happened to us, all that's come from Adam. All right. So now we're getting into Yahawashi. Well, obviously it's the same person, but, well, if you have ears to hear, of course. But again, this is I don't know. This is just a beautiful story that the Most High has written. All right, and that's why, again, Yahawashi is that dude. Because Yahawashi understood that, especially well, now he understands fully that, Yasti has to make things right. Okay, because it's just only right. So, all right, his fall caused all of us to fall. All right, so of course it will be him for us for him to fix it all. All right, again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh. All right, that's why we say Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. Okay. All right, but here I'm gonna read this precept. Okay, just a quick precept to show that Adam is Yahawashi. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 45. As so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. All right, and that's the quickening spirit is talking about Yahawashi. Okay, the first and the last. That's one of the titles of Yahawashi. All right, Yahawashi, the first and the last. The Alpha and the Omega. All right, the first man Adam was made a living soul. Okay, the Most High put the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, breathed that breath of life onto Adam. All right, and specifically the children of the Most High. All right, but and then the last part of the precept, the last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Okay, and again, well, I'm gonna just get it. All right, this is a heavy mystery. Okay, this is a secret of the Most High. All right, that's been revealed onto his servants, the prophets. All right, speaking of the apostles and elders on down. Okay, that's why going into John the 6th chapter, this was a very hard saying for the disciples at the time. When Yahawashi said in John the 6th chapter, he said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, ye have no life in you." And you read on down, you read from there on down to the 63rd verse. It all comes together. All right, and John 6 and 63 is a spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. Okay, the flesh is what causes us to be put to death. This vessel. All right, again, we're made subject to vanity. It's not the spirit that's wicked; it's this vessel. All right, our spirit is where immortality and corruption dwells. All right, but we can't do that in these bodies. And that's why we have to be changed, right? Again, it is a spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Okay? The word. Okay? And again, John 1:1. Okay? The word was made flesh. Okay? This is that mystery. All right? So, and again, to put it all together, all right, how are we going to get this victory over death, and inherit the kingdom of the Most High? How are we going to be redeemed from this great fall, beginning with Adam? All right, and again, the answer is Yahawashi, Yahawah. So, all right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, and I'm going to start at verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither do corruption inherit incorruption. Exactly. That's why Adam said, how the hell are we going to get into this kingdom, all right, and inherit the promises of the Most High if we were in this flesh? Okay? We can't inherit the kingdom of heaven, in the state that we're in. We need to be redeemed. We need to be changed. Okay? All right, so continue. This is verse 51. Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, For the trumpet shall sound. The last trump is, basically when this place is destroyed, like I, read through the precept in second editor 7th chapter. All right, it shall not come, all right, until this if the day of doom. All right, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality for it to come, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. All right, that's not going to happen until we're changed. All right, and again, that day of doom passed. All right, being these last days. All right, and this world being melted with fervent heat by these nuclear missiles. All right, this world being destroyed, and the world to come being the kingdom of heaven being established here on the earth as it is in the heavens. All right. All right, but continue. For the trumpet shall sound. All right, going back to 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and finishing off verse 52. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Exactly. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. All right, we became mortals because we sinned. All right, because of this vessel. All right, this thing that cleaves onto us, being this flesh. This flesh is the chains of darkness. All right, again, our spirit, we're perfect in the spirit, but this vessel is what causes us to go off. Okay, so that's why the spirit is going to be given a worthy vessel. And this is when we're beamed up and changed. And that new Jerusalem coming down out of heaven, out of these chariots. All right, when we're changed. Okay, and this flesh, these chains of darkness is taken up off of us. All right, because only the Most High has a key. All right, and he gave that key to YAHAWASHI. All right, and that's why we're going to be changed at his return. Okay, because he's been changed already. All right, YAHAWASHI has been changed, so the rest of us are going to be changed as well. Okay, because this is our portion. All right, the Most High promised us these things, so we're getting ready to inherit it. All right, that's why the Most High said, shall my words return unto me void. If the Most High says and will give us these things that he promised us, once all things be fulfilled, then it's going to happen. Okay. So continuing, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 54. So when this corruptible so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death swallowed up in victory. All right, again, going back to 2nd editor 7th chapter, and what was the 57th verse? This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. Okay, fighting against death. Okay, fighting against death, which brings forth death. Okay, and I remember watching a quick clip, of the apostles. It was reposted. I don't remember on whose channel. It might have been on Elder Kazak from Mississippi. YAHAWASHI is back, or I don't know if he changed it to YAHAWASHI is back or YAHAWASHI is coming back. Apostle Tahara is speaking on death. But death is a spirit. Okay, death is a spirit. Like you hear about the Grim Reaper. It is a spirit. Okay, but we're gonna have victory over death by who? By the Most High sending his only begotten YAHAWASHI. All right, so I'll read again. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 54 again. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, again, this is speaking about these new bodies, and this mortal have put on immortality, all right, because these bodies are mortal. All right, again, they're mortal because we sin. All right, continuing. Then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Okay, and again, that's the Most High said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. All right, So again, it only makes sense that we're going to be made just as an image of the Most High, which is immortal, everlasting. So continuing, this is verse 55. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. All right, again, that's why, these laws such as the commandments can be put into our inward parts. All right, this is the fulfillment of that covenant that the Most High made with his people. Okay, and it's getting ready to come to pass, which is why we're in these last days, because we're getting ready to inherit the kingdom of heaven. All right, this is closing out. This is verse 57. But thanks be to the Most High, which giveth us the victory through our Lord YAHAWASHI MASHAYACH. All right, and that's as clear as day. All right, that's why the Most High sent His only begotten. Okay, and again, you have to be able to understand reincarnation to be able to understand the story that the Most High has written. All right, and the Most High has revealed it onto us, through the Spirit. Okay, and that's this time we're in right now. All right, the reason why you hear wars and rumors of wars and the things that the Most High has warned us about as to come before His return is because this is a heavy time that we're in. Okay, at the least to say. All right, but this is that time where where wickedness is getting ready to be put out and righteousness is getting ready to be put in authority. All right, and the elect are getting ready to be that first fruit of the kingdom of heaven. All right, and really, everything's getting ready to be put in order. All right, righteousness is getting ready to reign. All right, and it's getting ready to be reign forever. All right, that's why we suffer for righteousness' sake. Okay, because we understand that these once wickedness is put out, like scripture say, the whole earth is going to get ready to start singing. All right, because when the wicked is in authority, the people mourn. When the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice. All right, and the earth is getting ready to be rejoiced in its proper state. Okay, because the children of the Most High are getting ready to get their blessing. All right, so nonetheless, Lord's word is edifying, and as always, want to give all praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole elect of Israel. Shalom.